tie in sports and tourism?
Sports tourism goes hand in hand. If you look at what is happening in Jamaica with the emergence of Usain Bolt as the world's fastest man, all of the professional track and field athletes nowadays are traveling to Jamaica to train. Not only are those traveling from Jamaica to train from other Caribbean islands, from the US, Australia, and Europe as well. And that in itself creates lots of opportunities for the Jamaican people. Now, as it relates to Anguilla, in Anguilla's context, we have athletes that are world class. We have Sharon Proctor, which is a world class athlete. We have Chesney Hughes, world class cricketer. We have had Omar Banks on the scene before, and now a world class musician. And music can also tie into tourism, but we are going to stick to tourism and sports tourism in general. And I've been asked this question several times on some of these tourism conferences. Why is it that sports and tourism is not interlinked in Anguilla, especially now that you have Sharon Proctor on the international scene, and now Zanel Hughes, who's doing a tremendous job around the region, having won 3 consecutive gold medals. Now, one of the things that we've been lacking for too long is that of a track. And I've committed myself before the end of this term to having a track in Anguilla. And this is something that I believe in all confidence, before the end of next year, we will have a track in Anguilla so that our athletes, not only those that are already established, but those that are coming up, can also be able to be encouraged, have less injuries and support, and train on professional surfaces so that when they go overseas, they too can perform at their optimum. Now, that also affords a number of opportunities for athletes, not only from neighboring islands, but from around the world, especially Europe, in our link to the UK with Sharon Proctor, to come to Anguilla, to train in Anguilla during the warm weather, because there are certain times in the year where they can't do any warm weather training, and they can't do any outdoor training in those respective destinations or jurisdictions. So Anguilla affords them an opportunity to come to Anguilla. And when they come to Anguilla, of course, you can't come to Anguilla and not eat, drink, and enjoy all of the niceties that Anguilla has to offer. So that in itself is a promotion for Anguilla. And we will use sports as a vehicle. We have the FIFA-sponsored football stadium here in Anguilla, which is a great facility. Great stands that athletes can also use to train. We have a number of fitness centers in Anguilla, and everybody in Anguilla knows that sports and fitness have been something that I've been involved in all my life. I too ran in the character games for Anguilla and ran track and field for Anguilla. And at one point I held the junior half marathon record and the high school junior and senior road race records along with the 1500 meter record. I held all of those records. So I've been involved in sports all my life, sponsoring a number of events, co-sponsoring a number of sporting events on the island for the last 20 years. So now that we have sports and tourism linked, I will be working with a number of entities. Of course, the Anguilla Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation, the Anguilla Cycling Federation. They have a dynamic young president in that of Miguel Leverett, who's going to be doing a tremendous job. And he's also putting on the John T. Memorial Race that is coming up shortly. And that John T. Memorial Race is a brainchild of the Honorable Evan Dums, who himself was an avid cyclist. So we are also going to see how we can partner and how we can reach out to entities such as ESPN to see if we can have coverage for the John T. Memorial Race, the boat racing, and so forth for Anguilla. And that in itself promotes Anguilla around the world and give more visibility to the island. And these are initiatives that we have discussed, but nothing happened as it relates to these sporting initiatives. But now we have a clear path as to how to make these initiatives materialize. I'll also say this, as it relates to the indoor facility. The indoor sporting facility, I've been working hard on that, and I've been working hard on that outside of the former Minister of Sports, because the former Minister of Sports was not cooperative as it relates to developing of these facilities, and I think that these facilities offers us numerous opportunities, and those opportunities will be realized. And I have full confidence that we will not only be able to marry sports and tourism, but we'll also be able to develop more athletes for Anguilla that can represent Anguilla. And that is what we are here to do. We are here to develop, we're here to promote, and I believe that the opportunities over there are vast and immense.
Do you think that you can also work towards bringing in some of these sports people?
Well, here is it. Just last year, I reached out to the publicist for just last year. Just last year, I reached out to the publicist for Usain Bolt to discuss how we can bring Usain Bolt to Anguilla. Of course, Usain Bolt is extremely expensive, but we discussed how we can have a waiver of those fees. But Usain Bolt is booked for 3 years. So the possibilities of having Usain Bolt in Anguilla over the next 2 to 3 years is very slim. But I'll continue those contacts because he's a commodity in himself, you know. But outside of that, we have a number of athletes that we have coming to Anguilla. And I know some persons have even labeled me the celebrity minister. Michael Vick, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, is here on Ireland right now. You know, and while it is that we are not a football playing nation, we are a football watching nation. And you never know, just recently at the APNI, the Anguilla Progressive Association of New York dinner dance, I met an Anguillian who plays in the National Football League. He plays in the NFL. He's in his second year in the NFL. So the potential is here. The potential is here to develop a lot of our athletes to get to the next level. Just recently, we had Tim Duncan, who performed in the NBA Finals. His mother and father are Anguillian, and I like to claim him as an Anguillian, even though he was not born in Anguilla. So the truth of the matter is that we have the genetic potential to be a great sporting nation. And once we continue to do what we're doing on the international scene with Shara Proctor and Zarnett Hughes and others, Miss Mead and so forth, and Chesson Hughes, I believe there will be many opportunities for even more athletes to go off to university. As colleges say, you know, for an island that has 13,316 people, with all of this talent coming out of it, we need to go down there and see what is going on. So it affords us a lot of opportunities. We look forward to the challenges and the possibilities.
The fair question, sir, is how do you plan to actually market this? Put this in market?
Well, here's it. I don't have all the ideas, and I rely on a number of persons to help and advise me. But be that as it may, I've been able to acquire a significant Rolodex of sporting personalities around the world through the Miss Margaret Brito, who is the publicist for a number of sporting personalities, not only in the US but around the world. So that has afforded me a tremendous Rolodex, and I've met and I've spoken to a number of them. And you will see tangible results that are happening in this country over the next 3 months and into the next year. You will see tangible results that people can see that came out of a result of not only these connections but also the ability to have a cabinet, to have an executive council that is unified and moving in the right direction, in the same direction.
Thank you, sir.